Welcome to Dolts Podcast. Saturday night, coming in hot. Number 2, like a Cleveland steamer, hot and wet. Hot and wet.
Yo, the Jags are actually coming back in this game.
A lot of people picked the Jags.
I did too. Well, I also, on my card, I did not bet online. On my card at work, I took the under in the 49ers Seattle game. And here's why. Because when I checked the weather, it was 100% chance of fucking monsoon today. Guess what? I turned on the game. The fucking sun is out.
Well, you know what
Fuck
happened?
off. Eat a dick.
All the gay guys in San Francisco queefs, and they blew the weather out.
They did. So many rainbows.
And they were like, woo!
But I checked on this game. It was like 27-7. Fucking Trevor Lawrence has thrown like 4 picks already.
Oh, shit, really?
Everybody's calling him Trevor Peterman. And I just look, they just scored. It was 30-20 and they were first and goal. It's about to be 30-27 with 5.5 minutes to go.
And they are playing the Chargers.
They are at home.
In LA.
No, at Jacksonville.
Really? Oh, because they won the division.
They won the
won
the division.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I think my wife's home because the dog's barking. And usually when my wife goes out with Megan, when they get home, they sit outside for like 45 minutes, like there's their first date, and they're trying to figure out who's going to lean in for the first kiss.
Scissor. It's hard to scissor.
I joked about that when Megan was here earlier. I made a mention of that. She's like, yeah, whatever. She goes, we like to talk. I'm like, yeah, no shit. You're women. You guys never shut up.
Allegedly,
doors open, so
allegedly, smell your wife's fingers, just in case.
Oh, hang on. Get him.
Finger
hang on a second. Oh yeah. Tucker, let's go. No, bring him here. Yeah. Because I figured as much.
Oh wow, you named the dog Cooper. Whoa.
Hey, can you say hi to the people? What's up, doggy? I'm like 3 months old and I'm the cutest little guy ever. Look at that.
Puppies do sell. Is that a doodle?
No, it's a fucking golden retriever.
Okay.
Golden
last dog was a husky.
No, my last dog is a bunch of other things. He's sitting here too. Anyhow, all right, take the puppy.
That's a cutie.
I know. He is a cute little dog. He's going to be better when you come to visit. He's going to actually like you. Take this one with you. All right, he can stay down here. He's going to be quiet.
I do have like positive dog energy. I do.
I mean,
but I want to.
Steaks barked at you, but once he knew you weren't going to murder our family like that 9-year-old bloody vagina, short-fingered sausage girl.
Adam.
He was cool. Dude, it was so funny watching Adam. He's drinking a coffee in the middle of the afternoon today.
As you do.
There's something else in it.
He's a fucking gentleman.
He's not a gentleman.
Well, allegedly.
So and he's telling me that. I'm like, dude, you got to be kind of drunk to be thinking about this, right? And he's like, no, I haven't had a beer yet today. I'm like, we're going to fix that because I'm going to have one while Brady was sleeping in the truck. So then I got out to my truck and found out my son was awake and very, very upset at me. Whatever. Then he fell asleep 10 minutes later. So whatever. Fuck kids. Not literally.
No, we're not like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta say that I do miss, and I've never been an actual adult like you are in that area. I was like in my head, I was still a kid when I still lived in Buffalo. You know, so the drinking culture in Buffalo is the same as it is here, but it's not the same as it is in North Carolina. So my adult years were like waiting to go out. And then like you go out and some of your more lame friends go, well, we're going to go. It's like 10. And then you guys all stay out till fucking 2 a.m. and get fucking hammered. You know, but
I just looked, it's 11:15 now. I would still be at
we'd still be pre-gaming.
We lived at we would be playing beer pong or flip cup right now with music cranking and 100 fucking beers flowing. Yeah. And then in 45 minutes, that is when we decide to go out to the bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I'm looking at that clock going 45 minutes from now. I would like to be in my glasses, sitting on the couch, having a beer with my wife, watching a movie and getting a little handsy. Yeah. I don't want to go to the clubs.
Let me ask you a question. let's talk about what handsy is now that like you've been married for what, 7 years?
8
years. I think hand jobs start coming back into play.
Not in this household. The only time there's any of that action is like when I'm washing my dick in the shower. It's about it.
Question, a statement. Not you getting them, but you being cool with having them again. Because like when we're
I've never been not cool.
I've always hated them. Well,
Yeah.
okay. So let's say till about 21.
Age
Cool.
21 or 2021?
Age 21.
Okay.
If you're going to give me a hand, cool. I don't think I've ever came with a hand job.
No.
Oh, one. A girl woke me up. She snuck in my bedroom one time when I was in high school, and I woke up to a girl jacking me off.
Furiously jerking you off.
Yeah, she did, and I came. And then she's like, "Is that it?" I'm like, "You woke me up coming. Like, what the fuck? What like?" And then she walked home. Whatever. I think it's the only time I ever came from a hand job. Yeah. I should call her. Anyways, hey, remember that time you raped me on my couch,
dude? And I'm still laughing about the story about Biggie. Jizz.
Yeah, good for him. You know what it takes for me to come in general? A hand job? Come on. But now sometimes you get a little hand job when it's kind of like seeing like a woman with hairy armpits. It's like, wow, that's coming back into style again. You know? I hope it doesn't. But I'm okay if it is.
So where are we here? What's up, man? This is our second show tonight.
Yeah.
We have primed the pump. We are now going to discuss some topics that we were originally going to talk about, but we got absolutely sidetracked 3 minutes in.
It's my fault.
Never recovered, and I still think that was funny shit. It was good content. We're content creators. It was funny though.
That's my fault.
Because the first show is usually the one that is somewhat loosely has a purpose. We have a topic. We have ideas. Ideas have been sent to you so you can prepare slides and pictures. Sure. And the second one is when we are primed, we are lubed up.
Well, the second one we usually
84 different fucking tangents.
A different banner, a different layover. So we usually go to like Trashed Pandas or whatever. But
yes, yep. And tonight we kind of did a little bit of reverse. And now I think we should
usually we're these people.
We're a little more sober. We're gonna sober up during this show.
Yeah, I have a Johnny Depp size fucking
dude.
thing of bourbon.
So before this started, him and I were talking and just kind of about random shit. And I hear bloop, 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 and I see his arm moving. And I'm like, and there's a lot of bloop, 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 bloop going on. I'm like, all right, motherfucker, is he just pouring like a bottle of beer, a can of beer into a pint glass because that's what he wants to drink out of? And I go, what the fuck was that? And he goes, bourbon. I go, no fucking way. And then he holds this pint glass full of bourbon. I go, holy fuck, good night, dude. That would kill me. I couldn't drink it.
It sure would, but I am superhuman when it comes to bourbon. I think I have a weird, again, like when you get older, you kind of discover weird shit about yourself. I had a Stella last night at dinner, and I had a Blue Moon. My nose was like this. Fuck you. Shut up. My sinuses fucked up. Ears started to hurt. I had a Stella thinking that would help a little bit because they didn't have Busch Light. Busch Light is made from corn. Other beer is made from barley and wheat and hops. I think I have a wheat allergy.
Maybe. You
God.
Can't because you used to eat wheat pizza all the time.
I know, and I used to shit like a motherfucker.
Whizzer.
Yeah. Because doctor, it's going to help lower your cholesterol. It didn't.
No.
You know what helped lower? The fucking toilet water because it was filled with diarrhea.
As mine just was. Thank God we ended it when we could. When I sneezed and blew out my thorax, I thought I was going to shit my pants right then and there. Even before the show, I'm like, dude, you got to give me 10 minutes. You're like, we need to go. And I'm like, fuck you. I got to shit.
Do you think if let's say I had a briefcase with two briefcases in front of you, okay?
Fucking let's make a deal.
Briefcase number 1. I will give you 4 minutes to shit yourself. But that briefcase doesn't have as much money in the other briefcase that has 30 seconds to shit yourself. Like, where are you at? Like, which one are you going to go for? Briefcase number 1, let's say it has 10 grand. Briefcase number 2, shit yourself within 30 seconds to completion. Not, it's still coming out. How fast do you think you can shit yourself? Because some people can't shit themselves.
No, I'd have to go with the 4 minutes because that's to completion. That's not just me letting that's just not me just going. It came out and pinching it off and holding it. I can't do that. I poop a lot for a long time.
Well, you have a very gaping anus.
Dude. Now that's contradictory, actually, because if I have a giant asshole, it's just gonna fall out like fucking soup cans and be done.
Is it though? It's not like you're opening a can of like old government tomato paste and just dropping it down. Who's Carlos?
That's exactly
Cruz?
what you're saying.
Mega paint? Mega paint. Is this a thing?
But that just seems to be, if the bigger your asshole, the quicker you're shitting.
I'm just saying a spurt and done. Spurt and done.
Oh, I could probably do that in 30 seconds.
That's what I'm saying. I think you're.
But you just said to completion.
I'm not saying empty the entire bowels. I'm saying like you can't just keep flowing. Like I don't want to like give 30 grand to somebody that has like this back channel of fucking bowel.
I could.
Another
I think where I'm at now with my celiacs and that I've never taken care of, and I refuse to bow down to this stupid thing and change my complete and utter diet for everything. I honestly think now I could probably shit on command.
I've also learned that I have an allergy to like root vegetables. But here's a fun fact, Daryl. I have no idea what a root vegetable is. So I just keep on trying.
Fuck vegetables. Because it's easy because they're in a wheelchair and it can't get away from you.
Dude, I made an omelet with London.
No, he's not always invited. London, this isn't the Three Dolts podcast.
I do love having London on the podcast. I love him. He's great.
He's good occasionally.
Yeah.
He's in small doses. He's like a couple other mutual friends we have. Small doses.
Sure.
Like I'll text London and 3 days later, he's like, oh man, I didn't see this. Dude, come on.
He's got so many windows of YouPorn open. Are you guys YouPorn or Lobster Tube? Like where you at?
What is that?
Like where you go to like watch porn and jack off?
Don't do that. So
you don't?
No.
You don't watch porn to jack off?
Nope.
Do you jack
First off, I don't. Chris actually found that fact kind of amazing that
that's amazing.
It's been, I can't remember last time. Ages.
Mine was.
I'm always able to fuck. Oh yeah, Jesus Christ. This is a guy that is commenting right now.
Yeah.
Who made me hide.
Allegedly.
No, there's no allegedly.
Well, you gotta see allegedly.
The worst porn magazine in my hockey bag. So I think he was married, maybe not married. Wife,
allegedly,
didn't see it.
Well, here, let me tell you.
And I wanted to. I looked because I just did. I was intrigued, and I looked. It was fucking terrible.
Was it called pegging.com?
No, heck. I understand people have their fetishes.
Sure.
What people are their own freaks and whatever. I wanted to burn my hockey bag after that, just because it was there. I'm like, dude, hide it under your fucking front seat of your car or something. We share a car. I don't give a fuck. Put it somewhere. Put it underneath the spare tire. It was the worst.
So I found out that my friend's grandma died. And I don't do good with grief. Because I think, not to sound like a new age, like tween, but I'm very empathic. Like I feel other people's like weight, you know? So that's why it's hard for me to be around London. So I went to the porn store and I wanted to find the funniest porn I could give my friend after his grandma died of brain cancer. Which is, they don't have a section for that. You know, there's no section that says funny porn after your friend's mom died of brain cancer.
I think when you walk in a porn store, it's not like picking out a Hallmark card.
Yeah.
There's not label. I mean, I think there are. I think there's, male, female, male, female.
Now it's
animal,
all non.
BBC.
It says non.
Yeah.
Non. Yeah, you got to guess.
Phil, is that like a place you can go to? Is like Cape Cod? One of those places?
Down here we have like Fox or what's it called? Fox Den or something Den, Wolf Den or
Lions Den?
Lions Den.
There's one of those at the fucking New York border there.
Yeah,
the last exit, Ripley or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. We have no stores left in this fucking town, but we have 19 Lions Dens and like a Halloween store that usually pops up in towns. It's Spirit here year round.
Spirit.
No, Spirit is here year round.
Change the name.
They just keep moving into abandoned buildings. So anyway,
it's like the fucking dollar stores that just pop up everywhere.
I find out my friend's grandma died and he was really close to his grandma. So I go to this porn store and think, I'm going to buy him a porn to cheer him up, and I found two porns that one didn't hit. The first one was called...
Why didn't it?
The first one was called Granny Takes a Tinkle. And it was all about...
I'm not listening to this.
I thought it was funny because it was all about grandmas peeing on people. But I think it made him miss his grandma because his grandma just died.
You think?
I think. So then I got him this one called Ream His Midget Asshole. And it was all about able-bodied, larger women having sex with male midgets with strap-ons. And now that one was hilarious. Yeah, I know you have this podcast, Daryl.
Fuck my fingers.
No, hey.
I'm not even fixing it. I don't even care anymore.
That's fine. I'm gonna keep that up. That's good.
I remember
because porn can unite your feelings. Realign your chakras. Porn can do a lot of things.
It was shortly before I met. I think it was the summer before I met Chris. A bunch of my friends from Columbus came up here, and we were partying. I think I was living at Big E's house then, and we watched. That's when Borat came out.
Wow, wee.
So we got drunk.
No way.
And we drove. Like I said, we lived right off Main Street there. We drove down Hurdle, and I think it's Elmwood.
Yeah, this is one where I got Remus Midget Asshole. Yeah.
Okay, so it's the same
by
one.
FWS Furniture.
Yeah.
yeah, I know exactly. Yeah. So
we go in there, and all we wanted to do was see if there was one of those rubber fists, and we just wanted to take a picture with it. Anyway, I mean, I walked in, I was like, all right, I think that was the first time I was actually in a porn store.
Sure.
Like, I've been in the back section of Blockbuster where the adults could go, but I don't think I was ever really in a porn store before that. And I walked in, I was like, I mean, I knew what to expect. I think I had the expectation that there was like rooms where you'd see Pee Wee Herman in the back. I thought there was glory holes. I thought there were sex workers
those
in there.
were a lie, but those are actually there at that place. You can go to the back,
okay.
You can get into a booth, and you can just jack it.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a hallway with a fucking LED sign and arrows saying this way to
wasn't like Beetlejuice. Like,
yeah. And
hey, intern Mara.
Oh, the worst.
The Jags won
in history, did they? Let me tell you, probably on a field goal.
If intern Mara's reporting on it, he probably fucked it up. Let's just be honest.
Oh, they kicked the last second field goal. Well, it doesn't matter. They won, but they didn't cover. So, And we walked in. I just walked up to the counter. I said, "Listen, we're here for one thing only. Do you have a rubber fist?" And the person behind the counter laughed and was like, "You guys just watched Borat, didn't you?" We're like, "Yep." He goes, "We have some similar items, and they're over there on the wall next to this." So we went over, and I think we got a couple pictures taken with that. And I think one of my buddies from Columbus, Flying Brian, I think he bought something in that store He might have bought like 4 or 5 DVDs and whatever, but those places are creepy.
I'm not a fan of porn. I'm not a fan of it.
I don't really give a fuck about it.
But
It's got whatever. I mean, chicks are hot and it's cool.
Shit
goes down.
We put Reem his midget asshole on, and it got a little weird. Obviously, it's little people getting pegged violently with multicolored wieners. Now, if you're gonna put a strap-on Daryl, and you had a choice, what color would you pick? Because every white person was picking black.
Pink. Bright pink. Like
I would have done that too. I love Dumbo. I love it. Like the pink elephant scene.
Dumbo?
Good. Yeah, Dumbo. Yeah.
Yeah, Dumbo.
You know?
Okay. Down syndrome elephant. Dumbo.
Woo woo.
Fucking shit.
Woo woo woo. Look at these ears. Woo woo. Friends with crows.
Oh, fuck.
Good times. Anyway.
Where were we?
Yeah, we're going to talk about weird survival stories. But my fear, Daryl, is...
We were going to talk about this, but now you have midget fucking porn on your mind, and this is where this is our life now for the next 45 minutes.
If you had a son that was a dwarf, would you be happy they became like a midget porn star? And also, sure. I think that midgets, little people,
we just say midgets.
I was actually given permission by my friend Lil Chris, Lil Chris, to say the midget word, which is
his name's Peter, and he's the guy that hustled with that golden tea that night.
Not true. I have another one. I have another. He's he will be a guest on the podcast actually. His name is Lil Chris.
Please let me know ahead of time because I'm gonna make so many booster seat jokes.
Like Lil Bow Wow. Oh, dude, start writing it. So I kind of want to know if he's packing like real heat or like, like swimming, like cold swimming pool heat. You know what I mean? I'm talking to my fucking self here. Oh shit. Burgundy makes those sons of bitches look bigger.
She's in her
burgundy. Is that purple?
Are these burgundy too? Yeah, she's in her nurse's costume right now.
God damn.
Fucking burgundy
Jesus
pants
Christ.
on, burgundy shirt. You're on the camera in case you're gonna show me your tits.
Burgundy camel toe?
About a foot or two.
Burgundy camel toe?
I'm not on the camera. You can't see me.
It's actually wider.
No, it's not.
In person.
You fucking see, dumbass.
If she doesn't show you her asshole, she doesn't even love you. She doesn't even love you.
It's okay. Hi. How are you?
Hey, babe.
Did you eat dinner?
I did. I had chicken wings. Kids ate. Sugos. Kids DoorDash. Brady had chicken nuggets. Everybody's been fed. Everybody's chilling.
Just losing viewers. Great.
Yeah.
Cool. We went from fucking 9 to 4. The second a girl gets on this goddamn podcast, we tank.
Oh shit! Now she's drinking my beer.
That's fine.
All right. So,
Who paid for it?
I did. I'm an abused husband.
Yeah. You're what we call in the world simp. Yeah.
Right. Love you, babe. See you in a bit. Stay sober.
I think one of these days she should sneak under the table and just blow you during the podcast.
You want to know something? It's funny you fucking actually mentioned that. She was like, we were kind of frisky and like kind of had some plans and everything. I'm like, maybe that would be so fucking cool if you would sit underneath this poker table and just give me a blowjob. But everybody would know because I would let everybody know. I actually wouldn't because we'd get thrown off Facebook in a hurry.
Not really. You got to be discreet. Be like, yeah, the Jets suck. I know I have a button for it, but God damn it.
I swear. And everybody in Facebook, our friends and everything that support us and watch us and everything, we appreciate you. We really do. I love having the comments. Again, my New Year's resolution not to watch it on the phone because the comments actually show up here if you're on our Two Dolts Facebook page. If we can get off of Facebook, this could be so much better. We can play music. We can show clips. We can do all sorts of shit if we can get off Facebook. We all know how I feel about the fucking Facebook. But anyhow.
Yeah, but they have to follow us on Facebook. Like
yeah, you can still follow us.
They have to go to Discord or wherever the fuck we're going to go. So
yeah, you might have to download another app, which costs you $0.
Sure.
You might have to put in your email address. You might have to create a username. Guess what? Create it on Facebook. I know when my friends are popping up and in here and whatever, but you get to make a username. You get to be Too Much Butt Hair.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to know who you are. Motherfucking Lee. We figured you out. It took us a while, but we figured you out.
That was tough.
Which was that was a fun game to play.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, we're big in Germany, Mara. We're big in Germany.
Now that
Mara, we're going to be huge in Pakistan now that you outsourced your work to Pakistan.
I needed help. God.
Which is shocking. And I'm not going to lie, dude. That was shocking when you told me that. I'm like, you are a fucking genius. You're the smartest person I know. And I know a lot of people. And
I get very
and I'll tell you something, people that just kind of know you through me, my friends that meet you and everything, when I actually tell them what you do, they're fucking blown away. They're like, what? I'm like, I know he's retarded, but the kid's fucking smart. And anybody that has website problems, I ask you, I'm like, hey, can I send this person to you? Can you help them? Can you charge them money and to do something? And you're like, fucking, this isn't worth my time, which is completely understandable. Or they need
usually tell you how to tell them what to do, and I wouldn't charge them anyways. And,
and then sometimes you're like, that's a little over my head and not kind of what I do, but it would cost them a lot of money. But hey, if they're interested, give them my phone number and let them call me. So, but whatever. But a lot of people are actually impressed. And I'm like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, I made the mistake of around here going to trivia with people. And now it's like people look at me like I'm like very strange.
You should be on Jeopardy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not like, I know so much dumb shit.
I'm the same way.
But also, like, if I start to like tinker with something, I know I'll figure it out. I can't get my head around. So I went to the winery today and I'm sitting next to Miles and Audra. I'm always their third wheel, which I love being the third wheel. Audra looks at me and goes, what's going on with you? And I was like, I can't figure this thing out, and it's driving me crazy. She's like, yeah, you're being too fucking quiet. like, which she knew I was totally in my head. Like, I couldn't even enjoy being at the winery, which I loved, watching live music, and a guy that I love watching. My friend Chris was playing drums. Everything was fucking awesome. And I'm still like on my phone trying to find the one video that will make this fucking dumb thing work, so we don't have to jump off this fucking platform and go to something else. And nothing will change for the people that want to watch the podcast. Nothing will change. It's actually going to get way cooler.
So my friend put up one of those riddles. You're in your backyard. There's 33 people in the garden. Everybody gets killed. How many people got killed? All this shit. Well,
33.
Whatever it was, however it was worded, because it was worded to obviously throw you off because you're just reading it.
Sure.
And instantly trying to do math. So I fucking thought about it for about a minute, typed in my answer. And usually when you get the answer right, they delete the comment and say, hey, so-and-so got it right, whatever.
Sure.
So my friend goes, okay, everyone, I'm not supposed to let the answer show, but it's my bedtime. Fine. She goes, plus when, and she tags me, Daryl Barvian gets it right, it's game over. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? With question marks and exclamation points.
Wow, okay. I like it.
And then she goes, you are actually one of the smartest people I know, but you're really good at hiding it.
Mm.
And this is a girl I went to high school with for 2 years. She actually went to high school with Michelle before that.
Okay.
So like I'm trying to figure out how she knows Michelle, but knows me because I thought she lived in the country. Little did I know, she moved in 10th grade and went to high school with me for the last couple of years. I haven't seen her in numerous years. Last time she came up, she just bought a bulldog. And I stopped over with Aubrey to see him. And Aubrey was little, yeah. R.I.P. Steggy.
Cheers.
So I haven't seen her. I mean, we talk on Facebook here and there, but I mean, I get that a lot from people.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to handle it. Because to me, I'm like,
I want people to think I'm like really dumb.
I don't care how people, I don't want them to think I'm dumb. I don't want them to think I'm smart. Just think of me as a person.
Here's the thing. I don't want people to take me seriously. So I think once they start thinking that you're smart, they start taking you seriously.
Yeah.
So here's perfect example. Let's say that we start talking about off-color stuff, which we always do.
Yep.
To me, I never mean anything I say. But the people that really know you and the people that really love you, they go, I know this motherfucker knows what he's saying.
Yeah.
But I say shit that I think is funny for the goof.
The goof.
Even
I live for the goof.
Yeah, yeah. Even if I don't mean it.
Yeah.
But they go, he knew it because he's not that dumb. I want to be that dumb. Like I want you to make me be dumb. But yeah,
at one of my old jobs, my boss, fucking smart motherfucker, like stupid smart, knew a lot about everything. So every day at lunch, I would do the puzzles in the paper, and he would go to the comic section.
I cannot do a crossword puzzle to save my life.
That's all I do. I used to set a goal that I had to do one crossword puzzle, the jumble, and the crypto quip, all three in my lunch break, which was less than a half hour.
To me, that's amazing.
But he would go to the paper and go to the comic section. In the comic section, there was 10 trivia questions.
Okay.
And then the answers. So he'd open it up, he'd fold it, and he'd slide the unfolded another half of the paper over underneath the answers. So we would read trivia questions. And I worked some just normal people that just didn't know shit about shit. So we would fucking, I mean, these are legit trivia questions about everything. And I'd be answering them and I'd be getting all this shit right. And people just look at me like, how the fuck do you know that? And to this day, somebody will bring some up and I'll throw out, a singer or whatever that wrote a song back in the day. And they're like, how do you know that? A person that wrote a book. How do you know that? I'm like, I heard it in passing. For some reason, it went to the fucking far realms of my mind, which is
so shit just sticks, man. And
it's just there.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, boom! It's like we go to trivia night. You can't touch your phone, which is fine. And I'm like, I'm just killing this thing. And we're like, everybody's just staring at me like, are you some sort of idiot savant? No, I'm not.
Idiot. Yes.
I know stupid amounts of stupid shit. Wait, that's the first part, right?
Yeah, I'm just an idiot. Yeah. No, like I went to trivia a few times with people here, and it's like I knew every question. The only thing I got wrong on this one, which still plagues me to this day, is the Bop It thing. They said like, "What is this toy?" And I put the wrong name.
Slam it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I named it something dumb like whatever. I don't know.
Anal thermometer.
What's under my wife's bed? And we lost by a point. But like, we're in a group where it's just us regular people, but like everyone else is like scholars and like this guy's a professor and engineering or whatever. Like I'm dusting all these fucking people.
We were at my parents' house one day. I think we were watching football or something. And they just had the TV on and we were just, drinking beers, hanging out. And Jeopardy came on. And Jeopardy's tough. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot. I mean, nobody I know is going to get all that shit right. Somebody's going to get 75% of them. Sure. Somebody's going to get half.
I'd say I'm a solid 60%.
You get half. I think you're doing very, very well. Yeah. You know a lot of shit.
Conservative, I'd say 60%.
And again, it's just like I'm throwing.
Because every once in a while you're going to get the fucking athletic one. And you're like, all right, I'm good. Yeah, I'm in.
But it was like, there's history and there's all sorts of shit. And I'm
Yeah.
naming off, and my mom was just sitting there going, you barely got out of high school. You never went to college.
Right.
I've never seen you read a book. How do you know this? And I was like, I just do. I mean, Chris has given me, compliments and shit like this before. She goes, don't be down on yourself. You're actually very smart. And kind of just like my friend said, she goes, without people knowing it. You don't
Yeah.
go around bragging. And like, I do know a lot of shit. Most of it's meaningless. Just like you said, not dumb shit.
The key
I'd
is
rather
like,
know a lot of dumb shit than very few things that are good shit.
some people are only focused on where they're going. This is going to perfectly describe who you and I are. We never had a career path.
Nope.
Okay. So we never had blinders on. If you take the blinders off, you see everything. So a lot of the really, really smart people that we ended up being around, they were only doing this. They were only seeing down that tunnel. Whatever's going to get them to be the best superintendent or the best, whatever the fuck they're going to be. They were only doing this. I was a fucking sponge to everything.
Yeah.
Everything. So if I'm I'm watching a movie, I'm listening not only to the dialogue in the movie, but like the references that they're having on the TV. Like I'm just going to pick up every fucking thing. Yeah. So for so many years, I was just like antennas out. And so many people were only focused on this. Can I get the best grades? Can I memorize this in high school? Can I get this on the SATs? I was never focused on any of that shit, man. I'm a sponge of like the world, which sounds dumb and gay as fuck. But I want to take everything in, everything, and some people just were only focused on like guys that were only focused on chicks. This. No. That's why like when you meet someone, if you meet a girl or a dude that's only focused on like one or two things, they're intolerable.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Like even when back in the day when we would go, like we were talking about earlier, we would be drinking for another 15 minutes, half hour before we went to the bars.
Yeah.
And I had certain friends that were only focused on going out and pulling chicks.
Yeah. Which is fine.
Which is completely fine. I don't want to sound like gay or that wasn't into chicks. That was like third on my list.
Yeah.
I wanted to go listen to music that I liked. I wanted to drink, and I wanted to see chicks shake their ass.
Yeah.
And guess what? At the end of the night, if one of those chicks wanted to go back to my house and shake her ass, great. If I didn't hook up that night, I didn't give a fuck. I had fun.
Yeah.
Didn't care.
Yeah, it was never about going out, and I always want to have fun with my friends first. Because if you're one of if you're like part of the guys in the group and you never have fun with your friends and you go and just pull a chick every night, the guy friends are like, fuck. Like, first of all, we can't trust you around anyone that we are with.
Yeah.
Because your only focus is that. We're all wolves, but eventually some of the guys become sheep.
Yeah.
And then you try to fuck our sheep? Nah. Get the fuck out. So
yeah, fuck another flock.
My biggest focus was always trying to like have like just a great time with my friends. And if by proxy we could have meet a chick, great.
Yeah.
But again, like I'm a serial dater, man. Like
you're an old soul.
I do. I read this book called The Celestine Prophecy. And I recommend it.
Reading books was last show, bruh.
Oh, sorry. So it's written by, I think, James Redfield. But in it, this guy discovers these like kind of like proverbs or ancient scripts that help you get enlightened to get to the next level. Not necessarily heaven, but like almost like have you read what's it called? John Livingston Seagull?
Bro, you and I are on different wavelengths about reading books. I read fiction books.
Okay.
About like action,
like Jack Reacher, reach arounder.
Yeah, shit, kind of like that, you know.
Yeah, that's cool.
And the Bible, yeah.
So, Jonathan Livingston Seagull is about, oddly enough, a seagull that figures out how to fly so fast that he can go into other dimensions, and he ends up discovering heaven. So, anyways, Celestine prophecy is kind of the same thing. If you follow these scripts or you follow these rules, you can actually become enlightened and not be here anymore. Like, so the Mayan, like no one knows where the Maya people went. They actually got to the next level. So they're actually on a different plane of existence. That whole kind of thing.
They also got wiped out by the fucking meteor that killed the dinosaurs.
Yeah. Cortez came down there and fucking fucked everybody up. Because, hey, no,
I gotta be.
He's a white dude with a fucking with a silver beard. He's a god. No, he's an asshole. Anyway, in the Celestine prophecy, one of the really cool things to take away from the book, if you ever care to read it, and I recommend it, is that this weird thing that we have when we walk into a room and our head spins, or we walk into a place we've never been in, and we get it. We think we've been there before, or we meet somebody, or even a passerby where you go, oh my God, I think I know that person. And you don't. The whole thing is that in this book, the atoms that are passing through us have passed through that person before too. So atoms don't die. So the same atoms that are traveling around the world that are ripping through us right now were the same atoms that went into dinosaurs. So what's weird is the longer you stay next to somebody, the longer you're with somebody, your atoms, or atoms that pass through you, go through them. And atoms that go through them go through you. You actually become this unit of passerbys.
Is this why older people tend to look alike?
Yes. No, just because we all fucking die and we're all crippled and fucking bones and skin. But it's kind of poetic to think that, let's say in a previous life, you and I were brothers. And we spent the entire life together, and atoms passed through us a lot because we worked on the same farm together. And now we're reborn. And all of a sudden, I see you at a fucking poker game, and you see me at a poker game. And initially, we didn't like each other because no brothers like each other. But all of a sudden, we became best friends. And by becoming best friends, we became brothers. I mean, it's kind of poetic, right? Or it could be complete bullshit. And you never know.
Go with that one.
You never know. But Celestine prophecy is really cool. Like, I'm sure we've all been there where we meet someone and instantly they're like, oh my shit, we're best friends. And it all dealt with like previous lives, which is really cool. And I think the further we get into trying to figure out like science and like the mathematics behind like actual existence, I think we're going to find out that there's a lot more truth to previous lives than there is like a heaven and hell, in my opinion. IMO. Although we will be finding demons. We're going to go to the Conjuring House.
Sure. Like I told you. I'm open to that.
I want to do I just want to have fun.
I mean, you and I will stage things for the goof, which I think is our
sure. Like that time
I
where
I think that's our point in the middle of who we both are. Is
sure.
You and I will literally do anything for the goof.
Yeah.
If we go to do something and people laugh, I don't care if I'm hurt. Somebody laugh.
Sure. Yeah.
Somebody's going to tell a story about that. Like that night at Vinny's when we were throwing fucking darts. Was
right.
it darts? Was it darts or the ice cubes across the bar trying to knock people's drinks over?
Both.
I don't think we were throwing darts across the bar. I think it was ice cubes.
No, we were throwing darts. We were throwing plastic tip darts into people's drinks.
Trying to knock them over.
No, if I got one in the drink, you had to drink your whole drink.
At some point,
We're children.
You're there with your friends, and a fucking dart comes across the room and fucking knocks over your drink.
Yeah.
Are you pissed? And then you turn around and you see us laughing hysterically, hammered out of our minds, and we're like, we'll buy you a new drink.
Obviously, we're gonna buy you.
But it was just the point of they're like, what are you guys trying to do? I'm like, what if that got stuck in somebody's eye? We'd laugh about that too.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
We're not gonna buy you a new eye. We'll get you another beer.
Yeah,
but
we know this.
We do a lot of things
to get us an eye.
So that's why I think that we're not gonna fake anything.
No, I would never fake it.
If we were to literally go to a haunted house, and
the Conjuring house is probably considered to be the most haunted house.
That's
in America.
Up in which country, right?
It's probably 4 hours from you.
I figured it was up in Maine.
No, it's in New York.
Rhode Island. Is it?
Yeah,
I figured it was Rhode Island, Maine.
Yeah, it's in like
Vermont,
Chuchi, like some Indian name, New York.
Of course, it's on a fucking Indian graveyard. So yeah, if I'm scared, you're gonna hear primal screams come from me that are not faked. But anyhow.
Yeah, I'm in. I think it'd be fun.
Down for adventures.
And there's like the Shawshank place is kind of by us. It's in Ohio. There's a lot of really haunted places in Buffalo too. I mean,
yeah, there are.
Yeah,
Ghost hunters. Like we were talking last episode. Ghost hunters were here.
Yeah. So if we could like orchestrate, I think Becky would come. That'd be cool. And
our tits will get us some views.
Obviously. Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Cool. I'm down for adventures.
I kind of have to pee.
Oof. That was when I was just peeing. That was one of the things I was wondering about.
Do I ever pee?
No, you really don't. But I'm like, how do people do these podcasts and drink like Kreischer and Segura and drink? I mean, they got water on the table too, and they're drinking, but Kreischer's smashing fucking beers or vodka Kool-Aids and all this crazy shit. I'm like, they can do a 2 or 3 hour podcast, and neither one of them get up to go to the bathroom.
No, they only do an hour.
Whatever. I don't know. I don't watch podcasts or listen to them. Not even this one.
You should.
Trust me. But
at
I
least
just wondered, I'm like, how do like and subscribe. I had to take a 5-hour energy just before we started because I was honestly asleep on the couch and I set an alarm and I hit the snooze button because I knew I had to come down here and get things started. And I'm like, I'm so fucking tired.
I slept too.
I got hammered last night. I slept till 1 o'clock today.
I did not drink too much last night. When you said that you were, I swear to God, I had 2 double bourbons, Blue Moon, half a Stella.
Why'd you drink half a Stella?
Sharing with Tanya.
Okay.
And 3 Busch Lights. So 9 drinks, give or take. I usually have like 40.
I know.
So I woke up like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. But when you texted me, you're like, hey, I passed out for a little bit. I was still in bed.
I woke up and I saw you sent me a couple links and you're like, should we hold off a little bit? I'm like, because you told me you were going to take a nap. I'm like, this motherfucker's tired. He wants more sleep.
Dude.
I'm like, I can't hold off much longer. 8:30, 8:45 do pre-show, which is us just talking to each other, laughing, having a beer before he pushes the button. And then I'm like,
I'm going to start recording the pre-show because usually that's funnier than the podcast.
If you're going to do that, I'm going to put a piece of tape on my screen over where it says live and how much long. That way I never know.
Yeah, good. All right, I have to pee real quick. I'll be right back. I pee hard.
Oh, I know. It's delicious. That looks like orange juice.
Why don't you walk us through what we're going to talk about?
Oh, yes. The actual topic for this show was survival stories. And allegedly we did a show on survival stories a while back. I absolutely do not remember that show ever happening. So I did my due diligence. As Chris said, I'm like, when do you need the links? When do you need the information by? He's like, at least Friday. I'm all right. That gives him time. He's busy, wife, kids, job, all this shit. and he does all the production work for this fucking show. I literally just push a button on my computer, and that's that. So he's like, by Friday, he goes, email me the links. I'm like, all right. I had to ask him for the 48th time what his fucking email address is because I only email him from my computer that is on Gmail or whatever the fuck it's on. I don't understand half the shit. So I dove in at work while I was supposed to be working and did my homework on Survivor topics. And it's easy. Type in survival stories in Google, pick the first two, you're fucking done, right? Just like doing homework in high school. Just get through it. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't half-ass this. So I dug deeper and deeper and deeper, and I found two. One was obvious, one kind of cool story. Another one I thought was super cool. Both had two different kind of aspects of survival. And I got the link. I emailed it to him. We're good to go. I'm like, here's my two. And I'm like, I'm torn on the third one. I'm like, it's between this and this. Because I at that point, I was tired. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to piss my way through the last two. Just pick one of them and fucking go through. Everybody's heard about them. Blah, 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 blah. And then I'm on the phone with him. And he's like, yo, you know the two that you sent me? I'm like, yeah. He goes, oh, we talked about those last time. I don't remember last time ever fucking happening. And the fact that I went through all this shit and picked out two that I thought were cool, and they're the same things we talked about before, at that point, I'm done with pre-production work. I'm not doing it. I'm not interested.
Well, so we had an intern for this. And he's this really tall, he's black, and he's English. And he does okay work. But he's also, black. And he's English. He calls it football. Yeah. No, I thought this whole topic came up because I saw this story pop up about like something in World War II. And then I didn't save it. And I was like, hey, we should do like a survival story thing again. Also,
exactly that. Again, okay. I'm like, I could go right to the text and say, wait, what do you mean again?
Yeah. So like, the two stories that you sent me, I covered the last time.
Yeah. I just talked about that too.
So thank you for being so awesome when I paid. But no, we did not talk about this dude, which is kind of crazy. It goes to show you, no matter how cool you are, and no matter how like prepared you are, because this guy was kind of prepared to fucking do whatever. This guy, he fucked up. You want me to read it?
Yeah. It's Aaron.
We should change this podcast to Chris drinks so much bourbon he can't read and then tries to read. Okay. Whew. For 6 days, Aaron Ralston kept himself
alive. And welcome to Drunk History.
With fierce self-control. I'm going to read it as a gay guy.
No, okay? Don't. Just read it. I'm going to tune out. I'm going
to read this as a gay man that's mad at Aaron Ralston. Okay. And okay. I'm mad at him for not calling me. Okay. Okay. So Aaron Ralston stood me up. Okay. I'm going to raise my desk up. That's a little too high. I'm going to come down. That's good. That's good. Okay. So I'm going to read this as if Aaron Ralston stood me up. And we're gay.
You're gay. Let's just get that straight.
For 6 days, Aaron Ralston kept himself alive with fierce self-control and a conviction that only logical thought could let him survive whatever. But
you do this way too easily.
No, I'm an actor.
You're not. And I would like to say I'm a little concerned, but I'm not at all.
But the
Oh, I can make
epiphany-
this bigger? She said.
Yeah, dude. Just shake it.
Oh, fuck. All right.
Nice. But the
that.
epiphany, when the
Oh,
27-year-old climber
Right?
raised how he could save his own life, came from explosion of blind rage. Whatever. How am I doing? Good? I think pretty good.
You reading this as a gay man is going to take an hour and a half, and I don't have that kind of time.
Okay. I'll
Just-
read it
just-
as a
Just
closeted-
get to the fucking point here.
How about I read it as a closeted game?
How about you just explain what happened to the guy?
How about I read it? Okay, I'll read it as a closeted game. Ralston had been climbing the narrow canyon. Ooh, narrow canyon
None of this changed. It didn't change.
of Utah. Utah sucked my dick along when a dislodged boulder fell onto his right arm, trapping him against that hard rock.
Does it say hard?
Should. He was entombed.
I'm against everything that's going on right now. Not gay people. I'm against my alleged straight friend reading this one as a gay man and then reading this two as a scorned gay man in a closet or wherever you are.
He was entombed into the wilderness. It should be wilderness. Oh, it is.
Is it with a Y? Is it spelled with a Y?
I just read it wrong because I'm pissy and gay. He was entombed in the wilderness of Bujan, Kenya.
This is like a really bad episode of South Park.
He was carrying a small rucksack with 1 liter of water, 2 burritos, of course. And he wouldn't chew them. He just shoved them in his mouth until all the nutrients would congeal into his saliva. And a few chunks of chocolate. He had no headphones and a video camera, but no mobile phone. There was no reception anyway, whatever. Most foolishly of all, he had not told anyone, me, where he was going. He eked out his water, limp dick, futilely.
I stop.
What's this word?
I can't read it. It is the smallest print I've ever seen.
Futilely.
Futilely.
Futilely. Like, okay. Futilely chipping away at the 800-pound rock. Yeah, we get it. He's so much bigger than me. And slowly enter a standing of delirium, like we did poppers up our assholes, until he was eventually forced to cut off his trapped arm and then fist himself to get out of the canyon. It's not gay if you fist yourself with your own fist, Dad.
Why is this happening to me?
Where are we?
Well, you're in a closet and you're angry and you're pulling your scarf closer, harder and harder around your neck.
Anywho, Dad.
And you wonder why we have no viewers.
Ralston, who's now 35 and still with the wiry physique of a climber. Jesus Christ, I didn't write that.
Yeah, okay.
No,
None
I
of us
didn't.
can read it, so we all know
It's
you're
right
making it
here.
up now.
Has just attended the London premiere of 127 Hours, Dana Boyle's film about his extraordinary escape from
Oh, yeah, that's
certain
right.
death.
That was the movie,
Yeah,
127.
the film,
Yeah.
like Ralston himself, full of boyish energy. Who wrote this garbage? Oh my God, it's too long. We're not going to read this.
Anyhow, so the dude goes hiking by himself.
Yes.
And did he slip or did the rock move? I don't know the whole story. I really don't. I know what happened. That's it, basically. Not
From
like
what
that.
I can gather, I think it was a joint move that so he went down the canyon and also the boulder moved at the same time. So I don't.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's at fault for it.
It was just one of those things, man.
Yeah,
It happened.
shit happens. But there you are. You didn't tell anyone we were going to be after we just met on Tinder, Grinder, and
Nice recovery.
thank you. And yeah, he's stuck. He's stuck. And he's
Now, there on that point, would you ever go do one of these? And I use this in air quotes, extreme activities by yourself. Would you go rock climbing by yourself? Would you go hiking by yourself? I mean, okay, that's fine. Hey, it's Friday, had a stressful week at work. I'm gonna go for a walk in the woods, whatever. Okay, that's fine. You're just walking in the woods. Like when I mean hiking, I'm talking like these people that are, you gotta have your shoes, you got a backpack, you got your stick, you got your bare fucking mace, and you're going for a walk.
I don't know what actual hiking is. So there's trails around us that they're not hard. I mean, it's not like,
yeah.
I mean, there's some people all the time, like she went hiking in Colorado and she was lost for 3 days.
I mean,
there's no fucking way.
If I'm thinking about Colorado, I'm thinking it's fucking wilderness, not like here.
Yeah.
Like they have out in I think you might be familiar with the area, Hunter's Creek Park.
Oh.
And I hear it's really good for mountain biking. And by that I mean like the videos you see of people fucking zipping down mountains in and out of trees. Like this, they're just
is there anything better than when you see one of those guys clip a tree?
Just crash. Oh my god, it's so fucking
the best. I think
but I'm just saying it's like shit like that.
Guys hitting trees on mountain bikes.
Shit like that. That's like it. You at some point you got to know what you're gonna do is somewhat dangerous.
Well, I just heard somebody, they were in South Dakota. Her mom dropped the girl off at like 10 in the morning, and the girl's supposed to check in at the place around like 5 in the afternoon. And when she didn't, it's already too late because the sun's gone down, and the girl didn't have any protection against the elements. And no shit, the girl died. Like, I don't care how much you believe your kid is this fucking all-star or whatever the fuck it is, right? I was friends with a snowboarding family, Aaron Shoemaker, in East Aurora. This kid was jumping off of roofs when he was 5. I knew him then. He was a psychopath. He was the best. He was never afraid of anything.
Yeah.
But at some time, even if you're like an expert, the kid went off a jump in Italy, fell, basically punched his own heart, and died. You can be the best at what you do and still fuck up in the smallest of margins, and it costs you your life.
That movie we watched, Free Solo.
Oh, dude. That scares me.
I grew up in the
I
country. I know how to hunt. I'm not like, obviously, I'm not Bear Grylls. I did enjoy watching his show.
We're here, not Bear Grylls. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I see.
But I'm going to go ahead and eat this coyote's dick.
I could probably survive a couple days.
Sure.
After that, panic's starting to set in.
Have you seen the show Alone?
Bro. So.
Okay, so Alone is they take these contestants, they all apply, they have to give their like credentials and shit.
Cool Survivor.
Wait, it's worse. And they all take them up to like Alberta, Canada, onto an island. And the island is called Grizzly Island. You know why? Because there's only grizzly bears.
Inhabited by bears.
Yes. So they all have their own territory on the island. So they don't come in contact with each other.
Okay, I think I might have heard this.
Dude.
This. Okay.
They have to, so you don't know, and the producers don't know, if they're dropping you into a bear den, if they're dropping you into a place where it's almost impossible for you to actually get food. And it's men and women and whatever, and they never come into contact with anything. And they have a sat phone. Like if you There was one guy who was talking so much shit about cutting down a tree. He's like, "Oh, you're a happy tree. I'm so sorry. I got to take you because
Fuck you,
like,
Bob Ross.
yeah. Because one of the chicks was like a hippie. And he was making fun of the hippie chick that he met the day before he got dropped off by himself, and he stepped sideways and had a compound fracture in his fucking leg. And had to call. It was the best. He was just talking so much shit. But yeah, I mean, that show is like. You have wilderness experts that know how to trap. They know how to do like hair snags or whatever that shit is. You know,
That's the one thing I don't think I would ever be able to do. The one where as soon as you step inside the circle, the fucking branch snaps and you get yanked up in the tree.
Yeah.
Whatever those things are called, I could never do that.
Well, they basically do like round nooses where the bunnies are gonna go run through.
Yeah.
And then once they go through, they struggle and they kill themselves. But and guys that can fish and like all of a sudden like the thing gets iced over. Dude, it is fucking crazy. So but these are people that they're like their job is to take people out into the wilderness and fucking live off the land and all that kind of shit. But you go 60, 70 days and they don't know,
dude.
They don't know who has quit and who hasn't.
They just know. Right. I did know that. Yeah, that's the thing.
It is the greatest show.
It's ever. Not like Survivor where there's a ton of you guys to start with. You're all together. You do this, you do that, and it just starts getting whittled down and whatnot.
No, because that's just
that's right. They like, hey, you're getting dropped off at 700 points. The chances you guys running into each other are going to be fucking narrow.
And they're alone as fuck.
Yeah. You guess what? Somebody gets out there day 2. I'm out. My good phone, yo, come get me. Somebody could be out there, like you said, 14 days. There's 3 of them out there, and they're about to die. I'm out. One guy's like, "Fuck, this is fucking easy," and he's out there for 4 months.
One dude could have been out there.
There just ain't enough money in it for me. Oh, we'll give you $4 million. No, ain't enough, dude. Not even close.
The prize was like $500,000. I think
I need Powerball type money for that to happen.
Yeah, he was out there. $500,000 he won. I think he was out there for like 70 days, 80 days or something like that, which is a lot. And it's over the winter in Alberta, Canada, or whatever fuck it is, or like Calgary.
And Siberia, dude.
Dude, they got to build their own shelter.
Yeah.
And every week for the first couple of weeks, they come and check your body mass index and whatever, because you're going to drop weight like a motherfucker. You're basically starving to death.
Yeah.
So a lot of these guys like pre-eat. So they go from like
like bears.
Yeah. So they go from like my size, like 212 to fucking like 270. London. Yeah. And then slowly dwindle down. But
which is not good for you.
No, but some of the women did the same thing, and the women were more, dare I say, more resourceful. They were better at finding like vegetation they could eat, but they were terrible at like planning for like protein and stuff like that, which is why women never suck dick.
True story. I'm obviously very picky eater, and if I was to end up in that situation, it's like I would have to eat fish if that was one of the resources that I had available to me.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't like it, but I would have to eat it. And, thought of eating a rabbit, whatever. But I mean, if it means I'm going to survive for another day or two.
Well, there's a thing called like you can actually.
It's not like there's random chickens running around and you have hot sauce and blue cheese.
If all you had was rabbits, you would actually starve to death by eating lean. Rabbits. Yeah, because it's they're too high in protein.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, they're lean. They're too high in. I know they're just. I mean,
too lean.
Yeah, you a couple of them, sure, but if that's all you had to sustain on, you're dead.
Yeah, which is insane.
But I mean, you sit there and you watch like the Bear Grylls show. what was this show? What's this show called? I don't know. But anyhow, it's great that he teaches you trivia. Shit.
Yeah.
And he goes through the woods, and I mean, yes, it's fucking edited down. I mean, when he sneaks through these fucking narrow crevices, it's not his first time going through there. They try this shit. They know it works. They know it doesn't work. There's a fucking helicopter waiting there when he jumps into 12-degree water and goes swimming and has to warm up by fire. If something were to happen, you're out of there. But
Right.
I wouldn't know, and this goes back to one, I think, the story that I said about the plane crash people. I wouldn't know what berries and roots and shit to eat and what not.
Oh, yeah,
to
you're
eat.
dead. You're dead. Yeah. Well, that's what happened to the guy that went to the guy that went and lived in the bus in Alaska, into the wild. Chris McCandless, I think his name is.
Okay.
Right? Have you heard the story?
No, I have not. Enlighten me.
So this kid, let me tell you about the story. We had a substitute student teacher in 5th grade and a TV guide.
Oh, the TV guide.
Yeah. He was reading this story to me and he started crying. He's like, oh my God, the guy died. Because it was kind of like legend that this guy went and did it. And then it was published in the TV guide and the guy died. So years later, you texting me?
No.
Okay. Years later, they come out with this movie called Into the Wild. And it's about this guy, Chris McCandless, who had parents that were very successful, but kind of driven. And the kid was kind of always counterculture-ish. So after high school, he took whatever money he had and he started driving west. And he became his alias Alexander Supertramp. Yeah. It's the 70s or like whatever. So he gets in kind of a flood. The car gets trapped a little bit. And so he ditches his car and he ends up like burning all of his like IDs and shit and burning all his money. So they said in the movie, he probably kept some money to get along. So he does some odd jobs through the Midwest, makes his way up, and he hikes from like Anchorage, Alaska up to like Alaska. And the guy that drops him off, like,
Oh yeah, because Anchorage is down. Yeah, up to the hard part of Alaska.
Yeah. So his whole thing was like he's gonna live off the land and like be one of the people and stuff like that. So the guy that drops him off goes, "Hey, the snow here is like 4 feet deep, and you have like Toys R Us boots. Like it's the second you step in the snow is going to be in your fucking boots, you know." So the guy gives him waders, you know, to help him for free. Just here, take it. The dude had like a 38 rifle, not a lot of rounds, waders, and like a notebook, like
Okay, Blue's Clues.
So the dude, the guy dropping him off goes like, I know he's gonna die, you know, basically. So the guy goes and hikes and he makes his way around a few things, gets over a river, and finds an old abandoned school bus. And so he ends up living in the school bus. And his mistake is that he has this book and teaches you about all the kind of roots that you can have and boil and make soup. Because like what's plentiful? Water and roots, right?
Sure.
He ends up boiling something that looks like a type of root, but is actually poison. Because like nature's really fucked up, right?
Yeah,
so, like,
nature can kill you very quickly.
You can't fuck with nature. So like sometimes like a coral snake and a king snake. King snake, not poisonous. Coral snake, you're dead in like 10 minutes.
Very poisonous.
Yeah. They look the same. So this root he thought was like some sort of like potato root or something like that was end up being something else. So apparently it's not that you like throw up and die or whatever, but the toxins from that root don't allow your body to take in any nutrients. So
you boil and you drink this soup, and now the toxins are in you. You don't know that because now you don't get sick.
You feel fine.
There's no hint of something's wrong. Okay.
No matter how much you eat.
So now you're eating. You catch a salmon.
Elk.
You shoot a moose or an elk, and you have meat, and you catch a squirrel, and you have this and everything. But as you're taking that in, it's doing zero for your body.
Nothing. It's
actually hurting you because now there's nothing there.
It's not even hurting you. You're just like you're. It's a waiting game. You're dead.
Fuck.
So what's really fucked up is the last thing he wrote in the school bus, and they just actually moved the school bus because it became like a destination point in Alaska. And a lot of people died trying to get to the school bus by itself. But the last thing he wrote, was like a note to his family. I'm sorry. It's the whole thing, whatever the fuck. You go to Smashdown?
No, I was
Oh.
I couldn't hear my heater anymore. It's still glowing. Usually you can tell at the end it's just kind of and it'll go out. So I'm like, I can't hear you. Maybe I'm just getting drunk and can't hear.
So he signed off on like whatever, a Thursday. On a Saturday, his body was found by people. Like just like that close.
Huh?
And they had a sat phone or whatever. Like it could have worked.
I never know about that shit too. It's like it was funny because we Chris always jokes about me and my dad and while we go out camping and shit. And we actually talked about having a Survivor weekend. Obviously we're there camping. I'm going to end up at most 150 yards away from the camp. But the rule was we had to go on the other side of the creek where the woods and shit are. And we had to stay there all weekend. We were able to take like a hunting knife and some rope and something. Obviously, and the whole thing is to see who would last longer, me or my dad. But in the Survivor style of the game of the camping weekend, we were supposed to do challenges. The challenges were for beer. That was the whole thing. Chris is like, dance, fucking monkeys. But if you do this challenge and you win, you get beer. I'm like, at some point, we're going to be fucking hungry. I just can't come over here.
Yeah.
And use the coals of the fire and make something. I have to make my own fucking fire. But I'm like, it would be kind of fun to do in a controlled area like that just to try it. But like I said, that story I sent you about the airplane that crashed. I mean, the plane broke up in midair.
Yeah.
4 miles up. This chick was attached to a fucking bench seat. I mean, this is why I don't want to skydive because I think I would have a heart attack. Oh, yeah,
I would do it just to be like rid of my fear of flying, but I don't think it would fix the fear of flying. This one, right?
Joan, something. What's her name? Jeanette?
Oh, no. Yeah, no, we already did that one. And the other podcast. Yeah, sorry.
But she crashed over the Amazon rainforest. She was on and I've come to find out it was pilot error because they had a chance to go around the storm and they're like, no, we're crunched because it was Christmas Eve.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like and she was the only one not strapped into her seat.
Oh, I thought it said she was.
No, she was the only person not strapped into her seat.
But they said what helped everything was terminal velocity, and she hit the part of the rainforest where it was so thick, it slowed her down.
Yeah.
And then it was like her arms were cut and maggots were living in her arm. But I think this is the same lady that her parents were like botanists or some shit. So all along they told her,
yeah, she
what's
knew
good, what's bad. So she was like, dude, get this. She knew that piranhas only attack in shallow water. So she's in the middle of the fucking river going through the Amazon, swimming down the middle of the river where she knew it was deep, where there's no piranhas. I'm
That
dead.
surprises me.
I'm dead because I'm in a short part walking knee deep water and I'm dead. This fucking thing's, dude, when these things run out of propane, it is kind of the creepiest thing ever. And the best thing is, yeah, it's
this
so
guy
fucking,
jacking in the corner.
It's just dying the slowest time. And the worst part is, I mean, we got to be done here next 20 minutes, half hour, or whatever. I got to wait for this thing to cool down before I can pick it up and move it to the other propane tank. And there's no point in even starting it up. It's 56 degrees in here right now. So it's about to get a lot colder. But I don't think I would have the wherewithal to survive. I mean, like you said,
even like clean water.
A plane blew up. You just fell out of a fucking plane from 3-4 miles up in the air. And you survived. You're banged up, but you're alive. I'm going to, dude, it's over after that. I would hate to have that happen and like, all right, dude, holy fuck. Absolute miracle I survived this.
So this
and
chick,
then what am I going to do? Holy shit. I don't know.
This chick, same kind of thing. Okay. So she was persuaded to embark on a romantic vacation by her fiancé. Their plane crashed and everyone died except her. Okay. Don't bury the lead.
I got to pee quick. I got my headphones open so I can hear.
The Russian-made plane carrying 24 passengers, always a red flag, and 6 crew suddenly dropped 50 minutes into the flight while flying over the mountainous terrain. There was another plummet, a loud thud, and everyone was screaming, recalls Herfkins. I stared at him, her husband, or her fiancé, reached for his hand. He reached for mine. We exchanged glances, and then everything went black. The plane flipped upside down after colliding with some trees and then a mountain. Herfkins was flung around like she was in a dryer. Of course, a housewife would reference that. Since she was wearing her seatbelt, but she made it. She woke with a seat on top of her and a dead body strapped inside.
Oh.
She found Vanderpass by removing the seat. I think that was her guy or something.
Vandersex. Club
Wonder
Vandersex.
Oh boy. Okay. This is going to sound moderately racist, but I don't know where this guy came from. He had a wonderful smile on his face, but he was incredibly white. Nice. White, like a dead person. Eyeballs. She said. Herfkins was not the only survivor of the crash. She could only hear moans from the other people who had been seriously harmed. One of them, a Vietnamese businessman, became her friend. According to her statement to the New York Post in 2016, the businessman tried to console her and even handed her some of his clothing because her skirt had been ripped off. Hot, clammy.
Just big ass nasty bush, all sweaty.
Hi, your vag is showing.
Mosquitoes.
I'm Vietnamese. But the businessman died soon after. Oh, I'm going to die after looking at your gash.
Your vagina killed me.
I looked at your pussy. I'm dead. And all the other screams ceased. So she's kind of free to move around a little bit, kind of hurt, obviously. But everyone else is strapped in. Herfkins was the only survivor in the wreckage, surrounded by dead victims. She had damaged hip and leg, a collapsed lung, and a broken jaw, and a big fat pussy. With the bone of the jaw showing through the laceration in her chin. Oh, that's gross.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. To cope with the collapsed lung, she employed yoga. Good. So she's gay. Herfkins drank rainwater she collected during the installation. Hold on, wait, sorry. Herfkins drank the rainwater she collected using insulation in the wings of the aircraft, despite the fact that she found herself at the businessman and what the fuck? Despite the fact that she found herself staring at the businessman and contemplating survivors of the 1972 Andes plane tragedy, she thought about eating him, but she didn't. That's nice. But also, like, she's in like she's not in like she's in the rainforest, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, the meat's turning bad.
That's just a death sentence. Holy shit.
So the families accept that they're all going to die. Yeah. Okay. However, a Vietnamese policeman showed up at the crash site on the 8th day. You could probably go 8 days without going like, I'm going to eat this guy. Right?
You also got to wonder
what if you're hungry when you get on the plane? And you're like, God damn it.
Should have had those fucking pretzels.
I should have had the fish.
At what point does that start to cross your mind? Like, I'm gonna have to eat a person.
I think trauma-wise, you get at least 24 hours without feeling hungry.
Yeah.
You just like dealing with the pain. I would say 24 to 36, you're dealing with like thirst.
I mean, yesterday I ate a breakfast sandwich at 6 a.m. I didn't eat anything all day. I had a couple pieces of cheese and pepperoni at bowling.
Cool.
Last night, and then I didn't eat until I had chicken wings tonight at like 6:30. So it's like 36 hours, and I barely had anything to eat. I was
opposite of her. She did not have chicken wings.
Yeah, she didn't. But I'm just saying, I'm like, I was so hungry, but I never thought about eating somebody. But I'm also not stuck in a rainforest.
Yeah, I would hope that you didn't just like go, I'm gonna eat that guy.
But I think, I don't know. I'm thinking survival. I can probably find an animal, a fish or something, survive on for a little while before that thought it's got to creep in your mind at some point, right? It has to.
I think by the time it would creep in my mind, I would also know that the bodies are too spoiled to eat.
Yeah, I think that's the thing too. Is like I would probably.
No, that's probably why she didn't.
I would probably wait.
How are we gonna do this? Are we gonna like have a lighter? Like if she had like randomly a bag of charcoal and a fucking lighter, filet of Vietnam, all day, you know it.
So without tipping off the FBI and her search history, how long do you think after someone dies, if you had to eat them to survive, how long do you think that time frame is between death and before the I don't want to fucking say this, the meat goes bad? You don't have a week, right?
No.
Do you think you've 3-ish days before you have to make that decision? Because then what if the experts say, hey, you have.
We can look this up.
We can, but I don't. The FBI is already onto us.
No, I don't want to look at like a human body, but let's say meat is meat. I would say from the second you kill something to the second that it's not able to be eaten is 13 hours. If you can't freeze it.
That I think that is incredibly low.
Really?
I'm talking days.
Okay. All right. So I should search.
And here you got to phrase this correctly. You can't just say how long is meat good for, because they're going to be like frozen. It can be good for, fucking 9 or 10 months without freezer and shit. How do you type this in a Google search? How long is
non-frozen meat good for?
No, because this is meat that has been killed from a cow.
Okay.
It has been harvested. It has been processed and all that shit.
Killed cow.
Just like, yeah, there you go.
Good.
Freshly killed cow. I'm saying up to at least 72 hours. But then you're stuck in that window. It's like it's
a weird
if
answer.
You're consciously worried about it, you're like, all right, man, I got to make this decision. But at day 4, the fucking meat's no good and you wait too long, you're completely fucked.
So
or do you go too early?
So beef carcasses are generally chilled for about 2 days. So that's out the window.
Yeah.
Pig, they're good for less than 1 day. I mean, we can just keep going on the list here.
Yeah, just ask what human.
How long after a cow slaughter does it mean? That's not it. I mean, I don't know that anyone's been dumb enough to ask.
Dude, come on. I think every question's been asked, right? It's just
beef, most uncooked meat, regardless of cut, can be stored in the 3 to 5. Stored in the fridge. Yeah. So they're saying stored in the fridge for 3 to 5 days. So if you cut the meat,
I'm gonna fucking ask if the fucking cops show up in the next hour.
Dude, I'm thinking it's like hours.
How long is human meat good for? First thing that pops up, cannibalism, a health warning.
Oops.
All right, and this was a year ago. This is the newest article.
It's kind of strange that you can't go to the internet and go, okay, my friend just died. Can I eat him in 9 hours? Give or take.
Well, here's, in desperate times, people have also fallen back on cannibalism to survive, okay.
Did you type in human meat?
I did.
That's a bad move. Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Well, it's the internet. And, okay, this is, I can't read a lot of these words.
I think you have less than 24 hours, man.
So I typed that in and you get a couple of fucking links and whatever. And then it's like people always also ask, here's bunch of fucking dude, how much meat is on a human? Are humans nutritious? How much protein is in a human's body? Dude, wait, this last one's fucked. How many calories is a human baby?
Oh my God. No, we're not asking any of that.
No, yeah. I just want to know if I'm in a plane crash and somebody dies and I'm fucking upset and confused and I don't know what to do. How long do I have to, before I have to figure out if I'm going to eat them or not to survive? That's all I want to know. Being a cannibal, is it really bad to eat people? Oh, I shouldn't. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not looking for.
Yeah, you are on the list.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ah, boy. Yeah. Okay, so obviously, if you're in Alaska and this happens, I think you got a longer time frame, right?
Well,
because of the temperature.
Yeah, she was
right.
But yeah.
But if you're talking Amazon rainforest, where it's humid and it's warm, and there's a fuck ton of bugs,
smart move is to start smoking that meat, even if you're going to eat it.
You
take
right
the
away.
Fire from the fuselage.
What are you, fucking James Connery?
You can slap a fuselage if you want. You can take the fire from the fuselage. I would do bamboo. I do smoker underneath, a little hearth, bamboo. I do quarter legs up on top. Okay.
Where's the first part you go?
Body wise to eat?
Yeah.
Legs.
I think so too, right?
Yeah. Quarter. Yeah. Get the quarters. Maybe ass. I eat ass. I eat living ass.
I
mean, this is like not
but
where we want ever to talk about. I don't know why we're even doing this, but
survival. You got to survive, dude. I mean,
if we're in a plane crash and you and I are the only ones that live, let's say there's a little bit of fire left. Number one, keep the fire going.
100%.
Yes. Number two, raid liquor cabinet.
If there's anything left of the plane.
Yeah. So you
if it's
got
a lower altitude crash, you more likely will have some shelter. You'll have some shit to survive on, some sustenance, etc. If that motherfucker's like some of these planes, they just fucking straight down and just dust.
Then you're dead.
Yeah.
Either way. Yeah.
But I mean, okay.
Let's say that you and I survive. Everyone else is dead. Number one.
They find us. We have a fire. We have music going. There's empty liquor bottles. And they're just looking at us like, how did you two survive?
It's me, you, and Ortez. And we're like,
yeah.
I mean, he's fine, but we ran out of chicken like a week ago. He's starving to death. We keep eating people.
Yeah. We're just kind of waiting for him.
He says the only way that he could eat a person if he puts a bone through his nose.
We're just waiting for him to get an infection and die so we can have some dark meat.
We're about to start
all this white meat. It's just not as nutritious.
We're gonna start a whole new population, but somebody's gonna be really good at basketball, so we're waiting for him to die.
Fucking Juana, man.
Hey, the air up there. Kevin Bacon wants you to die, dude. God damn it, that was funny.
So yes, I guess different scenarios. I mean, rainforest. You make that decision within 24 hours. If you're up in Alaska,
no, dude, rainforest. I'm telling you right now, 6 hours tops. Yeah, you got to start getting the fucking smoke it.
So they find us. We have Slim Jims. We have fucking music
and a fat Ortez.
Wait, and we checked the manifest. It says this guy was 185 pounds. Why is he 260? We're pumping that motherfucker up. We're gonna eat good when this is his day to go. We're just mini bottles everywhere.
This whole like, how'd you guys get this whole like tent structure going with? Oh no, we just use his dick. We just only keep fucking this fuselage.
Yeah.
Good gracious.
That would be a fucking. I mean, I've made bad decisions and I've been tasked with hard decisions, and that would be probably one of the toughest ones I had to make. If it
to
came
eat somebody,
yeah,
or die.
I mean, we all know the answer, but come on, dude. You're not telling me that's just gonna be instant, easy fucking thing. Like,
no,
this
I think about eating people all day.
Legs and is gonna bleed out. And all you're thinking is like, what can I find from this plane to dip his leg meat in?
Anytime I see somebody fat, I think about how good they would taste.
Why? There's nothing there but fat. You're not gonna cook fat to eat it. What do you do when you have a steak that's got a lot of fucking grizzle on it?
No,
you don't eat the grizzle.
No, I think it would be really weird. But like, I think if you're in like a jungle type shit, you gotta go fast.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know.
Yeah.
At least if they die in Alaska or the fucking Siberia or whatever,
the key is
you can chop that shit up and pack it in snow and let it stay. It'll stay for a few days.
The key is how much liquor is left, because that first time that you cook a dead body, you're gonna need to get fucking juiced up. Like right now, I'll go kill some right now. I'll fry them up. Frank. A lot of grizzled meat. Yeah.
Wait.
Were you going out there? Okay. Let's say you have the choice. there's a skinny dude and this fat bitch that was annoying. She was eating tuna salad on the. Which one are you going after?
Skinny guy.
Fat bitch. Fuck that bitch. I'm gonna
You
carve that bitch up.
spend even more time and more energy cutting out all the fucking fat, giving this bitch
False.
liposuction.
Most people die of starvation because of lack of fat, Daryl. Survival number 1. Look it up. Okay, you can get all the protein you
all
want.
the fat on this chick like a fucking.
Your body needs fat.
Gastric bypass surgery. You're giving this bitch in the middle of the fucking woods, and by the time you're done with that, I've had fucking 2 pounds of skinny dude's calf.
Here's the other thing. Yeah, that's a good point. You bring up, even though you're dumb as fuck. Would you eat someone's heart?
Yeah, it's healthy.
Yeah. Do black people have a heart?
Yeah.
Oh. Gross.
Gotta be careful. I hear they have an extra muscle in the back of their legs that makes them jump higher.
That's true.
Or was that an urban legend?
Goddamn Al Sharpton.
You can tell that this show is off the rails and it's been way too long because it is going at 1 o'clock, and we are beating up our one guest verbally.
Well, we love him.
I'm not sure I could actually meet and hang out with Ortez.
Oh, you could.
I don't think the 3 of us could ever be out in public.
Well, no, you visit and you guys can go out.
Yeah. Me and Ortez could go out. Me and Ortez could never go out.
We could.
One or multiple of us will end up in jail or beaten behind a dumpster if that happens. And I don't think any of us, except for you, would mind that.
So in this town, like, most of my friends know everyone in the town. So we're good.
So you keep talking about this town.
Yes.
And everything.
The town.
Give me
Johnny Drama.
An estimate of what town, city,
like Fredonia
around here would you akin this to?
Fredonia.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So a small little college town.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Fredonia does more for.
I actually thought it was bigger.
No, not even close.
Really? I did.
Yeah.
Just the way you kind of talked about it. I thought it was a decent sized town. I mean, I knew it wasn't like where I live here in Cheektowaga compared to Buffalo. I mean, obviously, once you get to the suburbs, it's all urban sprawl. You're talking, it's kind of out little country. I mean, I see pictures of your house and your backyard and everything. There's land and shit, and you're not on top of everybody. But so I didn't know how big it was. That's cool.
Imagine like Fredonia, where it's kind of tough. So imagine if you can go to Dunkirk, and Dunkirk was like more bars. No college there.
Yeah.
Which is like more bars. That's kind of was like here. So Carbondale has the college, but Carbondale's like politics and the way that they let businesses like operate makes all the businesses go away. But down the street is Marion, and Marion is like, bah, bah, bah. Marion's awesome.
Yeah. Good. So I just need to know this stuff for about the place that I'm never ever going to come.
You're never going to come visit. No. It'd be great.
No, it won't. We have a track record that isn't very good, and we have 9 months until Vegas. So
we're like 3 for 4.
Ortez, you coming to? Will Ortez come to Vegas?
No.
Will him and Patty come? Or just Ortez? I don't care. I mean, this is wives and significant others and side chicks and mistresses.
They're bringing like 5 people.
That's cool. I gotta get I gotta put it out on Facebook to push it to everybody. We were just talking in our group text about with Dino and Hobbs and that we were talking about it. So I'm like, yeah, like I'm gonna give everybody an 8-day window between this day and this day. Find what works for you, whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5 days.
Right.
Find one day in there to come over and have a drink with me. That's all I ask. You ain't got to stay at the same hotel.
No,
I know people have points. I know people have points, and I know people have certain hotels that they just love to stay at. That's great. We're not going to do, hey, we're going to block off 40 rooms at Caesars. I ain't putting people through it. Stay where you want to stay. Do what you want to do. But at one point, come by and hang out with me for a couple hours. That's it.
Okay.
And we're going to get fucking sideways.
Cool. I'm in. All right. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. My wife is still awake.
Ooh, Pound Town.
She came in like shortly after we started this, right?
Yeah.
And she grabbed the fucking. I have I bought another case of fucking Coors Light bottles. I don't know why, but I kind of feel neat drinking a bottle beer
Sure.
at home. Unlike a bar, because I drink.
Yeah.
These. And she come down and fucking ripped the case open. It's fucking broken now. And she took one beer. She threw the fucking bottle cap on the table here and dipped out. And I'm like, well, all right. So I just texted her a little while ago. I'm like, hey, we're going to be done by 1 o'clock. You want to watch a movie or some shit? Because it's sad. I got to stay up as late as I can tonight.
Yeah.
So I can get back into work mode. But so she replied to that. She's like, yeah, let's do that. I'm like, all right, cool. So maybe I'll take her a beer as a, what is that thing? What's that called? That gift you give the people to make them feel good. What's the word for this?
Cock. Oh.
Yes. Fuck. I hate when I know words and I can't think of them.
Here's my cock. And I give it to you. I bequeath it. All right. We'll get out of here.
Yes. So thank you for the 2 people that watched this. One is, I think, our podcast, and number 2 is Ortez. Thanks for coming back. Is he still out the bar?
Huh?
Are you going out to the bar with him?
Probably not.
Oh.
I mean, I would. If he's out, I'm in. But
maybe you should ask him what he's doing on Facebook, because he never checks Facebook. But he's on Facebook right now watching the podcast. So we might get it, and don't text him.
These people.
Because, yeah.
These people. And then you call him, it's like, oh, my numbers have been changed.
Burp, burp, burp.
You get it. Rinse and repeat. I keep trying to hire TC's fucking goddamn helicopter. Guy never
this is the end of an era. Next week we start anew. Don't hold your breath. People seriously don't. Not much is going to change. I'm also not sure what's going to change. And it's just sad for me. And I know I said something to you the other day, and you called me a cunt, which was funny, but it was true. And I said, I give it 30 days. And again, when we talk and texting aside, I'm all for moving forward a little bit. We're not going to go shoot up. This isn't going to be a Doge at its peak. It's not. This is going to be a gradual thing. Right. We do want to be better. I do enjoy drinking beer and getting hammered and doing this shit.
Obviously.
We would like to have guests. I said, I want people with are you into magic? Cool. Do you have a magic page on Facebook where you fucking do card tricks and dice tricks and all sorts of shit? Cool.
I know a guy that does magic. Yes.
Great. Yeah. Come on the podcast. Talk about that.
Sure.
Give you your information. You can put it on the bottom.
We're also abrasive assholes. So the likelihood of us getting actual guests, low.
Yeah, but we got the guests that we got to get on are going to be given a prerequisite is here. Listen, we want you to talk about your
viewers.
You're probably, you're, like I said, our tens of viewers. We will put your fucking MySpace account up there, your fucking
MySpace, cool, awesome.
Your email, your phone number, business card, whatever we can do to give the few people that watch the show an avenue to holy fuck, that's kind of cool. Check it out.
Like T90.
You might get a couple, you might get a couple clicks, but at some point, we're gonna make fun of you. That's just what we do. Yeah. We might insinuate you're gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Sure. If you like cats
or whatever. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna have fun with it. But we want to lift you up.
Sure.
With our people up.
Yeah.
That's my last beer for the night.
Next week we will have ideally we'll have two guests. Two guests, one mic. Next week will be very funny. Just
bear with us, folks.
it'll be
We're
fun.
we're transitioning. That's the cool thing to do these days.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a chick now.
I'm not. I'm gonna be just me, but
I gotta be me. No, I think if I can make it look the way. The problem is, like, I keep trying to envision the way to map it out, but mostly it's just gonna be me. So I have to have like a central position. Okay. So I'm like, do I get one camera on, and then just hopefully it picks up everything, and then how do I run audio back? I'm just
you're that guy. So
I got to figure it all out.
I know you have a week. You have 6 days.
That's
So
gonna be
it'll
tough.
probably be Friday, I think.
Yes. So Friday we'll be back, and it'll be a whole rebrand. No drinking during the podcast. Just mushroom. I almost did mushrooms tonight. I have mushrooms. Yeah.
I can't. I don't do drugs, so I'm just a beer drinker.
I kind of want to do mushrooms like right now, but
you should.
I don't want to be up. Nah, I don't want to be up all night. All right. Well, I love you.
Love you too, bro.
Hey, keep.
Good times.
Woo woo.
Fuck that shit.
Woo woo. All right. We'll get out of here.
And we're coming back all new next week.
Yep.
All
new.
brand new
Daryl's
Two
gonna have a
Dolts
green
podcast.
screen. He won't. And we'll figure it all out.
Yeah. Season 3, episode 1.
Yeah.
Coming at you next week.
All right, cool.
SO3E01. Do it.
That's a lot.
Yes.